There's a specific experience almost nobody has a name for. You're in a room full of people you know, and something feels wrong. Not dramatically wrong, not in a way you can explain or point to, just wrong, like a song playing a half step out of tune. You notice the smiles arrive a beat too late. You notice conversations that shift the second you enter them. You notice how, when you start speaking, the energy in the room quietly tightens. You go home, and you do what any self-aware person does. You replay the entire tape. What did I say? Did I come on too strong? Did I make it weird? And then you arrive at the most unsettling conclusion of all. You didn't do anything wrong. So why did the room feel like it was quietly rejecting you? Carl Jung, one of the most consequential psychiatrists of the 20th century, spent decades studying this exact dynamic. And his answer is not what most people expect. Because the cold you felt in that room, it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with what your presence forced other people to see in themselves. Stay with me, because this changes how you read every social interaction you've ever had. Jung said every person operates with two simultaneous versions of themselves. The first, he called the persona. It's a Latin word that literally means theatrical mask. And that's exactly what it is. Your persona is the curated, socially acceptable version of you. The one that says I'm fine when it isn't. The one that laughs at jokes that stopped being funny years ago. The one that quietly softens its opinions to match the temperature of whatever room it's sitting in. We all have one. And it didn't develop because you're fake. It developed because belonging once felt like survival. Your nervous system learned early, perform correctly, and you stay safe. But here's where it gets interesting. Directly beneath that mask, Jung identified what he called the shadow. And the shadow is not evil. It's simply everything you decided was too dangerous to show. The ambition you downplay because it made people uncomfortable. The envy you felt at a colleague's promotion and immediately felt ashamed of. The anger that was never safe to express growing up. The private, quiet fear that no matter what you achieve, you are still not enough. You didn't destroy these parts of yourself. You locked them in a basement. And whatever you lock in a basement doesn't disappear. It waits. So here's the question that drives the rest of this video. What happens when someone who has done the work on their shadow walks into a room full of people who haven't touched theirs? That is the exact moment the discomfort gets born. Think about what genuine psychological growth actually looks like from the outside. You stop playing social games you've seen through. You stop performing enthusiasm you don't feel. You stop making yourself smaller to keep other people comfortable. Jung called this process individuation, the slow, difficult work of becoming your actual self, not the edited version, not the one designed for approval. And here is the part nobody prepares you for. When a person who has done that work walks into a room full of people still living behind their masks, it creates a crisis. Not a dramatic one, a quiet one, the kind that hides inside polite smiles and slightly too long silences.